Okay, today we're starting slope-intercept form, which I think you guys looked at some last year. Does anyone remember what the equation is for slope-intercept form?
Rise over run.
Well, rise over run is how you find slope. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so the equation y equals mx plus b is what we will want when it asks you to like write an equation in slope-intercept form. We want it in this form: y by itself equal to mx plus b. Now, we have to know what each of these things stand for, so can anyone tell me what any of those variables represent?
Y-intercept and x-intercept.
M is the slope.
You're right on part of it, Callan.
M is the slope.
M is the slope. Now, there's a reason, you guys, we call it slope-intercept form, because you need those two things in order to write it correctly. The slope, which we've already pointed to. What other thing is in the name? The y-intercept. Which one of these variables represents the y-intercept?
X.
B. Okay, x and y would be any ordered pair, correct? Okay. Which x and y we'll really use later. We're not going to talk about that yet, how to use those to solve. Today we're kind of just rolling through the more simple parts of writing an equation in slope-intercept form. So, if I'm going to write an equation in slope-intercept form, I need those two things that I pointed out to you. The slope first, and then the y-intercept. Okay? Now the first part we're going to look at, it's going to give you both of those things. So if it tells you that the slope is -3 and the y-intercept is 2, all you have to do is plug those numbers in for m and for b. So who can tell me what that equation would look like if I replace m and b with -3 and 2? Y equals -3x plus 2. Okay, that is an equation that is written in slope-intercept form, right? Because we have a slope and we have a y-intercept. So it looks just like up here where we wrote y equals mx plus b. This is in that same form. We have y by itself equal to m, which was -3, times x plus our b, which was -2. Okay, so really, you guys, these first set of problems are going to be pretty easy because you just write them into your equation. Okay. All right, can anybody else tell me what my equation would look like if I have a slope of 1 and a y-intercept of -5? Yes. Now, the two things I'll tell you is, do I have to write 1x, or could I simplify that to just something else? I could just put x, okay, because we understand there's always a 1 in front of a variable. Then, instead of saying plus -5, how could I write that?
-5.
Just -5, okay? Now, a lot of times people will say, well, the formula says mx plus b. True, right? But here's the deal. If I write -5, way back when we learned addition and subtraction of integers, couldn't we change this to plus -5? Yes, but there's no need for us to put x plus -5 because we're just writing extra things we don't need. So anytime it's a negative, we're just going to put it as subtraction instead of addition. All right? Okay, 2 more examples on this, and then we'll move on to the part we're really looking at today. Okay, what if I have a slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of 0? Say that again. Good. Now, is it wrong to say plus 0? No, it's not necessarily wrong, but do you need to write plus 0? No, because we understand that if there's nothing at the end, our y-intercept here would still be as 0. Okay? All right, and then our last one, let me see if they're even going to give you one like this. I don't think so. All right, somebody else tell me this one. Emma.
Y equals -2x minus 2.
Good. Okay. Simple enough on this part. Yes? Okay. Next part's where we really need to pay attention. We're going to write these also in slope-intercept form. I'm going to move down here. So it's the same idea here, you guys. We still want this equation to look like y equals mx plus b. The problem is right now is that we have x on the left side. Which side of the equal sign should x be on? The right side. And then what's with y that we also don't want? 2. So there's two things I need to do. I need to get 10x over to this side, to the right side, and then I need to get rid of this 2. Does anyone have an idea how I could do this? So first, any ideas how I could get negative 10x over to the other side of the equal sign?
Flip the equals 12 to the front.
No, I don't want to move that. I just want to move negative 10x to the other side. Add 10x. Good. If I want to move a number and a variable, I either use subtraction or addition. So the opposite of what I see, negative 10x plus 10x will cancel out. So what could I bring down on the left side?
Plus 2.
Yeah, positive 2y, which we don't have to put that plus sign there. We know it's positive. Now, can you add 12 and 10x together?
Yes.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
Why, Callan? They both have a variable?
No.
No. So can we add them together? No. Both things have to have a variable, or both things don't have a variable to add them. So if I want it to look like mx plus b, which one of those two things would I write first? 10x. And then what would I put after it?
Plus 12.
Plus 12. Okay? Now, this almost is in slope-intercept form. The only problem is I can't have anything in front of y other than the number 1. So how do I get rid of this 2? Divide by 2. Now, every number gets divided by 2, so that cancels. What's 10 divided by 2? So I get 5x plus what?
6.
Plus 6. Okay, so essentially, you guys, on these, we're going to move x to the right side, divide if there's something in front of y. Okay? All right, let's look at negative 5x plus 15y is equal to negative 30. Okay, same idea here. I want to move x first, so how can I get negative 5x over on the right side? Add 5x. Can we actually add 5x to negative 30? So negative 5x and positive 5x do cancel out. We get 15y is equal to what?
5x minus 30.
5x minus 30. I write whatever has x first, whatever doesn't second. Okay? And my last step, just like the other one, is to do what?
Divide by 15.
Divide by 15. Now, if you want to put every number divided by 15, sometimes that helps people a little bit easier. It's kind of up to you. So, what's 15 divided by 15 here?
Cancels.
Cancels to give you 1, or just y. Is 5 divisible by 15?
No.
No, but you can do what to it? Simplify. What's 5 over 15 simplified to?
1 over 3.
1 over 3 times x. What's 30 divided by 15?
2.
2. Okay, one more like this, then we're going to do one word problem and we'll be done. Okay, anybody want to try this one? You already went. Paisley, can you tell me my first step?
Add the 2.
Good. Now, you guys, I know on the 3 examples I've done, they've all started with a negative. Is every time this going to be a negative in front of x? No. So what if that was a positive 2 there? What would you do? You would subtract, okay? All right, those cancel. What am I left with over here on the left side? Don't forget to bring that negative down. So negative 8y is equal to 2x plus 24. Okay. Caden, do you know my last step?
Divide by
What number?
negative 8.
Negative 8. Good. Now, we know here, number divided by itself gives you 1. We need to simplify 2 over negative 8. What fraction would that simplify to?
1 over 4.
Negative 1/4 x minus what?
Minus 3.
Okay. All right, we're going to do one word problem, and then I'll be done today. And you'll have some work on your own. Sorry, there it's back up there. All right. All right, Kyle's putting money into a savings account. He initially puts in $2,000. Okay, and then he's going to save an additional $200 per month. So we're going to write an equation. All we're going to do is write an equation in slope-intercept form that shows this, okay? So we still want it to look like y equals mx plus b. On this, you guys, all you have to do is figure out which number would be your y-intercept, which of the two, and which one is going to be your slope, okay? Now, when you have a word problem, right, the y-intercept is only going to happen how many times? Once. How often is the slope happening? Frequently. Okay? So that's the decision here. Which one is my y-intercept and which one is the slope?
2,000 or y, slope is 200.
Good. So my equation would be y equals 200x plus 2,000, right? Because he put $2,000 in initially. That only happened one time. And then 200 is being multiplied by x. So what would X represent here? The number of months he's been saving, okay? So after we write this equation, would you be able to find out how much money he has saved after 28 months?
Yes.
How?
Replacing x with 28.
Say it again, Emma.
Replacing x with 28.
Yeah, right? So we'd say y equals, you don't have to write this down, 200 times 28 plus 2,000, and then just solve this side. Multiply 200 by 28, add 2,000 to it, you would know how much money is in his account. The reason I show you guys this is a lot of times when we see word problems, we just look at it and we think we can't do it, okay? None of this was overly difficult. You just have to decide which one's your slope, which is the y-intercept. Agree? Okay, we'll be on delta math today.